Did you know that one of the world's most powerful healing tools might already be sitting in your kitchen cabinet? Completely ignored? Yes, I'm talking about baking soda. That humble white powder you use to deodorize your fridge or fluff up a cake. But here's the thing. While most people treat it like a cleaning sidekick or a baking assistant, the truth is far more exciting. In fact, many health professionals quietly call it the most underrated remedy of our time. What if I told you that this tiny ingredient could help your kidneys, soothe your joints, ease heartburn, even make your breath fresher and your smile brighter, all without a trip to the pharmacy? Most seniors never hear this. Why? Because it's cheap, it's natural, and most importantly, you can't patent baking soda. So, let's break that silence together. If you're over 60, your body needs a different kind of support. Aging brings its own set of challenges, from tired muscles and sluggish digestion to more sensitive skin and slower recovery. That's where baking soda quietly steps in. When dissolved in water, baking soda becomes alkaline. That means it can neutralize excess acid, whether it's in your stomach, your urine, or even your joints. And this simple shift in pH balance can unlock some remarkable changes in how you feel. And we're not just talking about folk wisdom. Clinical research has shown that sodium bicarbonate, the scientific name for baking soda, can actually help reduce the speed of kidney damage, lower inflammation, ease symptoms of arthritis, and even improve exercise performance in older adults. But here's the twist. It's not a magic pill. It's not meant for everyone. And if used the wrong way, it could actually make things worse. That's why in this video series, we're going to do 3 things. Show you exactly how baking soda works in your body. Reveal which 13 health issues it may help relieve, from sore throats to gout. And most importantly, we'll cover who should avoid it completely. Because yes, there are risks if you're not careful. If that sounds like a journey you're ready for, stick with us. And hey, if you're watching this and thinking, why hasn't anyone told me this before? You're not alone. That's exactly why we made this. So hit subscribe, give us a like, and let us know in the comments. Have you ever tried using baking soda for anything other than baking? Up next, we'll dive into its role in detoxifying your body from the inside out, and why it might just be the simplest way to feel refreshed without spending a dime. Let's get started. Let's talk about a word that gets thrown around way too much: detox. Everywhere you look, someone is selling a new miracle cleanse, expensive juices, fancy powders, 7-day resets. But what if one of the most effective detox tools wasn't some exotic blend, but a box you can buy for less than $1? Enter baking soda. Now here's the deal. Your body already has a detox system. It's called your liver, kidneys, and lymphatic system. But as you age, these systems don't always work as efficiently as they used to. Especially if you're dealing with things like chronic inflammation, fatigue, acidic urine, muscle soreness, or even poor digestion. This is where baking soda, when used correctly, may offer real support. When you dissolve a small amount of baking soda in water, you create a mildly alkaline solution. And that little shift in pH, it can make a huge difference. Many seniors report feeling less bloated, more energized, and even clearer mentally after incorporating baking soda water a few times a week. Why? Because when your body's environment is slightly more alkaline, it may help support natural kidney function by reducing excess acid, improve your body's ability to flush out toxins, ease muscle tension after physical activity, and even relieve itchy or irritated skin. When used in a bath, some people soak in baking soda baths to draw out impurities from the skin and soothe conditions like eczema or minor rashes. Others drink a mild mix, usually no more than 1/2 teaspoon in a large glass of water, to calm acid buildup and support internal balance. Of course, this isn't magic. And yes, scientific evidence is still catching up with tradition. But the logic is there, and so are the testimonies. One important reminder: more is not better. Baking soda is powerful, but taking too much can lead to side effects like nausea, water retention, or even spikes in blood pressure, especially in seniors with heart or kidney issues. This is why it's critical to start slow, never exceed the dose, and talk to a healthcare provider if you're on medication. Think of baking soda not as a cleanse, but as a gentle tune-up for your body's natural systems. It's not about forcing your body to detox. It's about giving it the right tools to do what it already knows how to do. And sometimes, all it takes is a teaspoon, some warm water, and a little patience. Next up, we'll move from the inside to the outside. and explore how baking soda can transform your dental health and give you the kind of clean, fresh mouth that even your dentist will admire. Let's keep going. Let's be honest. Nothing says healthy like a clean, fresh smile. But most seniors don't realize that the answer to many common dental problems might be sitting just inches away, right in their kitchen. Yes, we're still talking about baking soda. There's a reason why it's been added to toothpaste for generations. And no, it's not just a gimmick. Baking soda actually has 3 unique properties that make it a dental powerhouse. It's gently abrasive, so it helps remove stains from coffee, tea, or tobacco without scratching your enamel like harsh whitening kits might. It's alkaline, which means it neutralizes acids in your mouth that bacteria love. And it has natural antimicrobial effects, making it harder for bad breath-causing germs to thrive. Think about it. Acidic environments in the mouth can lead to tooth decay, gum disease, and bad breath. But when you brush with a bit of baking soda, or use it as a simple mouth rinse, you're helping restore a healthy balance. Many seniors report that after switching to baking soda a few times a week, their teeth feel noticeably smoother, fresher, and even look whiter, all without expensive treatments. And science backs it up. Clinical studies have shown that toothpaste containing baking soda is more effective at removing plaque and whitening teeth than those without it. Now, before you go scrubbing away every day, let's be clear, moderation matters. Brushing too hard or too often with baking soda can wear down enamel over time. That's why dentists recommend using it no more than 2 to 3 times a week, always brushing with a soft bristle brush and never mixing it with vinegar or lemon juice, which can increase acidity and do more harm than good. Want an even gentler approach? Try a baking soda mouth rinse. Just dissolve half a teaspoon in a glass of warm water, swish for 30 seconds, and spit. It freshens your breath, balances your mouth's pH, and leaves you feeling cleaner than any minty gimmick ever could. And the best part? You'll save money while skipping the harsh chemicals found in most commercial mouthwashes. So if you're looking for a low-cost, natural way to upgrade your dental health, look no further than the humble white box in your pantry. In the next section, we'll tackle a problem that millions suffer from silently, heartburn, and show you how a teaspoon of baking soda could help extinguish that burn in just minutes. Let's move on. You've just finished a delicious meal, and then it starts. That slow burn creeping up from your chest. You shift in your seat, hoping it passes, but it only gets worse. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Heartburn affects millions, especially as we age. Whether it's from rich foods, coffee, stress, or medications, that acidic discomfort can feel like a fire in your chest. But what if you could calm that fire without pills, without side effects, and without rushing to the pharmacy? That's where baking soda quietly steps in again. Here's how it works. Baking soda, also known as sodium bicarbonate, is alkaline by nature. So when stomach acid goes overboard, which is what causes heartburn, baking soda acts like a neutralizing agent. It calms the acid, brings balance, and often relieves pain within minutes. Many people swear by this simple recipe: a glass of water with half to 1 teaspoon of baking soda, sipped slowly. It's safe, effective, and for many, far gentler than over-the-counter antacids, especially those loaded with aluminum or synthetic additives. And it's not just hearsay. The medical community actually recognizes sodium bicarbonate as a fast-acting, short-term antacid. In fact, it's even listed in some clinical guidelines for managing occasional acid reflux. But here's the important part. This is for occasional relief, not daily use. Using baking soda too often can throw off your stomach's natural balance, or, in some people, lead to increased sodium intake, which might raise blood pressure or affect kidney function. That's why it's crucial to use it only when needed, not as a daily habit. Avoid it altogether if you have chronic heart, kidney, or liver conditions, and always consult your doctor if heartburn becomes frequent, because while baking soda can offer powerful relief, it's a tool, not a cure. Also, a tip for when heartburn strikes at night: raise your pillow a few inches, avoid eating right before bed, and keep a baking soda solution ready, just in case. It's a humble, natural way to reclaim your comfort, one glass at a time. In our next section, we'll look at something most people are too embarrassed to talk about: fungal infections, and how baking soda can help you stay itch-free, rash-free, and confident, with nothing more than a paste and a little patience. Let's keep going. It starts with a little itch, then redness, maybe even flaking. And before you know it, you're dealing with a full-blown fungal infection. Athlete's foot, ringworm, underbreast rashes, or itchy skin folds. These are more common than people admit, especially in seniors. Why? Because as we age, our skin becomes thinner, our immune system's a bit slower, and our body's more prone to damp, warm areas where fungi love to thrive. Enter, once again, baking soda. This humble white powder doesn't just clean your sink. It creates an alkaline environment that fungi find extremely hard to survive in. Think of it as changing the climate so the bad guys pack up and leave. But that's not just folklore. Science backs it up. In one study, 80% of tested fungal strains were inhibited by a solution containing baking soda. That's not just impressive, that's remarkable. So how do you use it? Simple. For athlete's foot or underarm rashes, mix a few tablespoons of baking soda with water to form a thick paste. Apply it gently to the affected area. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, then rinse and pat dry. Do this once a day until the irritation subsides. For a soothing foot soak, add 3 tablespoons of baking soda to a basin of warm water and soak your feet for 15 to 20 minutes. It not only helps fight fungal growth, but it also neutralizes odors and softens calluses. And unlike many commercial creams, baking soda is non-toxic, free from harsh chemicals, and incredibly affordable for seniors with sensitive skin. This is a game changer. No burning, no added fragrances, just clean, dry comfort. Of course, if a rash or fungal issue gets worse or doesn't go away, you should always consult a doctor. Baking soda can support healing, but it isn't a replacement for proper medical care when needed. But for the occasional itch or irritation, it's one of the gentlest, most overlooked remedies in your bathroom cabinet. In our final section, we'll tackle something even more surprising: how baking soda may help support kidney health, manage gout, and ease inflammation, all by doing one simple thing: changing your body's pH. Let's bring it all home. Let's finish strong, because what you're about to hear might change the way you look at chronic pain, joint stiffness, and even your kidneys. If you've ever struggled with gout, arthritis, or chronic fatigue, you know the story. Pain that won't go away, swelling that limits your movement, and a constant feeling of heaviness that even rest doesn't fix. And while medications have their place, they also come with side effects and long-term concerns. So what if a simple ingredient, one that costs less than your morning coffee, could actually help your body fight back? Once again, baking soda. Let's start with gout. Gout is caused by a buildup of uric acid crystals in the joints, most commonly in the feet and hands. These crystals form in acidic environments. So guess what happens when you make your internal environment less acidic? Exactly. You reduce the chance of crystal formation and ease inflammation. By mixing half a teaspoon of baking soda in water once a day, and only with your doctor's guidance, many people report fewer flare-ups, less pain, and faster recovery. The same principle applies to kidney support. In people with early-stage kidney disease or metabolic acidosis, studies have shown that baking soda can slow down kidney function decline by reducing the acid burden on the body. In fact, one clinical study found that participants who took daily sodium bicarbonate required dialysis significantly later or avoided it altogether. And then there's arthritis, a condition marked by immune system overactivity and inflammation. One fascinating study published in the Journal of Immunology showed that a baking soda solution taken daily helped shift the immune response, dialing down inflammation and making life a little easier for those struggling with joint pain. Now, should baking soda replace your prescriptions? Absolutely not. But could it complement them in a gentle, science-backed, low-cost way? That's a conversation worth having with your healthcare provider. The real takeaway here is this: as we age, our bodies need support, not just more pills. They need balance. They need simplicity. And sometimes, they need something as basic as baking soda. Of course, this isn't for everyone. People with high blood pressure, kidney complications, or sodium restrictions should use caution. Always start small, always stay informed, and always listen to your body. So what did we learn? We learned that this cheap, everyday powder can potentially support your kidneys, ease heartburn, freshen your mouth, fight off fungal infections, detox your system, and even reduce inflammation in painful joints. Not bad for something most people just stick in the back of the fridge. If this series helped you see baking soda in a whole new light, Let us know in the comments. Have you tried any of these methods? Or do you have your own tip to share? And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share this with a friend or family member who might benefit. Sometimes, the most powerful tools aren't found in a pharmacy, but right in your kitchen cabinet. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, stay well, stay curious, and stay balanced.